It's time. It's time for a check-in. What's a check-in? Check-in. How's it going, everybody? Back to the talk time. Because last night, I don't know if any of you saw, but I went live trying to play a video game on Facebook. It didn't quite work out. Didn't quite work out the way I planned. But if you don't start somewhere, you never get going, right? So you got to start. Who's there? Hey, Jackie, how are you? Nice to see you jumping and saying, hey, wherever you're watching from. I'm live on Facebook and on YouTube. I'm going to be going live more on YouTube. I used to just use that kind of as a storage thing, but need to take some of my own advice. And I'm going to do some different things there. What do you guys think about some tutorial stuff on? I know there's lots of people already doing all kinds of, tutorials on this, that, and the other thing, but I thought, why not? I got a lot of knowledge of stuff. Why not share some of that knowledge, right? Yes. I'm doing really well, Jackie. Actually, I watched you on your Likey the other night. Saw you playing guitar. I had no idea that you had the talent of playing guitar and you could sing. You have a nice voice. I don't think you ever told me that. You were holding out on class. I wish I could play the guitar. My daughter's supposed to teach me. We just haven't connected online to be able to do that yet. That's partly my fault. I have a guitar. I have a guitar sitting in the closet. Hey, Danny Cochamilio, how's it going? I see you guys are on Facebook. I'm also live on YouTube. I'm trying to build up my YouTube channel there for different reasons than what I've been using it for, which is mostly storage. My community is typically on Facebook, but I'm going to start using YouTube for other things. So that was your whole final presentation was Likey. Did you have music on? I'm sorry if I don't remember. Do you know how many students I have? I remember you, though, and that's the important thing. I don't remember your presentation. I remember it was Likey. Yeah, maybe I do remember that now that I think about it. Okay, cool. I probably still have that presentation on file. So don't take offense to that if I didn't remember. I'm going to put the invite link in the chat. And it is, it's on YouTube. I don't think it's sending the personal. Yeah, okay. So I got to do that here. So if you're watching on YouTube, hint, hint, come on over to YouTube and watch. Oh, got somebody watching on YouTube. Good. On YouTube, I have put the link in the YouTube chat if you want to join me here on the conversation. And I'm also going to open up my Facebook over here. Why am I talking funny? I don't know. There's that in the chat. I don't need to hear that. Don't need to hear myself. There we go. All right. So Danny's here. Adam's here. Who else is here? Let's see who else is watching. Adam, Jonathan Millay. How are you? Steve Tully. Oh my goodness, we've got everybody. Linda Lee Barnum. Hi, Dave. We just met at Jewel and Restream. Oh, cool. Well, yeah. Thanks for being here, Linda. That's really funny and interesting. As soon as I finished, so for those of you just joining, hello, Jeff Randall, Rosemary Travis. I was doing some stuff on YouTube, watching some stuff, and this live popped up. And then, hey, Danny, I'll see you there, buddy. This live popped up. I started watching. It was these two young ladies just talking about life, and they live out west. And they asked, I said hello, and the next thing you know, we got talking and sharing and everything, and just collaborated with them. And I thought, I haven't done one of my randoms in a while, so why don't I do that? And now Linda's here, and that's where we just met. Isn't it cool? I love live streaming. I really do. I'm so passionate about it. It's not the only thing I do. It's most of what I do, but I really love to. I'm getting there. I can do all of that stuff, but I just haven't I got so much going on, right? So, Linda, welcome. I hope you'll reach out to me. Follow me here on YouTube. If you're here on YouTube, click the follow and subscribe and the little likey button, and you know how that works. And reach out to me on Facebook too. Bumblebee is switched over here. We're making you all switch over to YouTube, except Danny. I don't think he's done it yet. I think he's afraid. Danny, what's going on, buddy?
I'm not scared.
You're not scared? You can never be scared. Let me get my ears in here so I don't get any echo. Hang on. There we go. Okay. I miss you, buddy. I've been live a few times, and it's like, oh my goodness, Danny doesn't show up. My numbers are going to be down. Right?
Spending time with the kids, getting the garden out back ready.
I hear you're cutting people's grass too. What's up with that?
Yeah, Brett. He couldn't get his. He couldn't figure out why his lawnmower wouldn't start. So I just went over there and.
Sure, he couldn't. Danny, my lawnmower's not working. Could you help me with that? Next thing you know, Danny's on the ride lawnmower cutting Brett's grass.
One afternoon, Dennis Hanley, Brett, and myself, we were just about to start playing Call of Duty because Brett just logged on. So what's going on? He goes, well, I just logged on because I can't get my lawnmower to run. So I said, I'm shutting off my PlayStation. I'll be right over.
Right.
So I went over there knowing that if it's a rider, it's probably going to be a dead battery or something simple. And so I brought my battery charger with me, and within minutes we had it running. And so I said, I've always wanted to cut your grass, Brett.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm not sure that's what you meant, but you know, right? I get
it. Lindsay was out trimming the shrubs, and I was cutting the grass.
Wow.
She was pulling weeds, and Brett sat there with his Ryan Coke and was fully impressed.
That's awesome. Annette, hello. Who else we got out there? Jamie Maness. So Mr. Dennis Hanley's out there. Mr. Leahy. Ryan Worsler. What's up, Warp? And Catherine Yap. Hello, Catherine. Shelby. Kelly Shoddy. The whole family's here. If you've never watched me over on YouTube, don't be afraid to come over to my YouTube channel, Dav Burrows. I'm trying to get some more attention over there. Like Rosemary said, push my buttons, will you? Push my buttons.
I never watch anybody on YouTube at all, really, but I'll subscribe and like and all that fun stuff.
I hear you. Well, I'm missing I thought I was going to be going a little crazy at the start of all this quarantine crap or quarantine stuff. Sorry. You know what I mean? Quarantine crap. And hey, Scott, how you doing? Natalie, Tyler, good to see you. But I got a lot to keep me busy here, you know, in my studio here. And there's lots on the other side of the screen that I have over there. It keeps me busy. And live streaming has actually been kind of, you know, everybody's doing it. You know, that live streaming thing? Oh, what a great idea. 10 years ago. Anyway, so that's cool, right? And but then I think it was about 2 nights ago, I was standing in the kitchen and I was looking out the window, and Jennifer kind of looked at me and she goes, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Nothing." She's like, "Don't lie to me." I was like, I am starting to really miss my peeps. And I mentioned you actually. I said, it's Danny and, you know, Jay Peckham and you know, Ryan Worsler. We have a thing, we hang out, you know, and just stuff like that. Those close peeps, and then the rest too. Are I just love people, right? So I'm like, I'm ready to. I need to. So I'm okay, but I just had a moment, right? You know, and then I got back to work and it was fine. But
as long as I can get out of the house and. Like today, I went and helped out a buddy set up his satellite dish.
Oh yeah.
Helped Bursey with his lawnmower. You know, it's not like we're side by side, you still
Yeah, as long as you're
maintain
social
distance and
distancing.
such.
Yeah, I know. It's
So,
but it's natural. I mean, I'm extra cautious. I mean, my kids are still over at my ex-wife's, right? And fortunately we communicate and stuff, but haven't quite let them come over here with all this going on yet. And I know everybody's got different thoughts on that. Well, what's the matter if it's okay, social distancing? Anyway.
you know what one guy said to me?
I haven't hugged
He
my
said-
kids in a long time.
One guy said to me, "Is you know what, Danny? Everybody's going to get the COVID sooner or later." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He goes, "It's just like the flu." He goes, "Sooner or later, everybody's going to get it. Some people can fight it off fairly quickly. Some people might take some time, and some people can die."
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
is
but
that
that's
realistic? I don't know.
Yeah, but that's like saying I'm only going to get dirty again. Why take a bath? Or I'm going to die anyway. Why not smoke? Like, I don't know. You don't have to encourage it either. I
Yeah.
get it, but I don't know. It's confusing times. I mean, like I did.
Extremely confusing. Extremely.
Yeah, I did an interview. I had Mike Bradley, our mayor, was on my show this past Monday, and and I said, like, I called one, like I was on the essential services list looking to see, like, do I qualify? And I read that, and I kind of, live streaming seems like I qualify. Online services, broadcasting. Didn't say live stream broadcasting. It said television news. Well, the gray area. So I called 1-800, tell me the answer. And I basically got, so, sir, you decide if you think you're an essential service, and then you move forward accordingly. So social distancing with employees. I go, I'm one person show, so I don't have to worry about that. So at the end of the day, if I go out and do a live stream for somebody, and if a bylaw officer, whatever that looks like, shows up and they want to give me a ticket because they think I shouldn't be there, that's how it goes. And if I don't like it, like a speeding ticket, I can go and fight it.
Yeah.
So, right? Like, like television, radio, media. I did a live stream for the Legion the other day for VE Day. That stuff, to me, that stuff's really important. So I was like, and we were all social distancing and everything. I even called OPP and talked to some friends downtown, and probably some that as well. And they kind of said, like, maybe I shouldn't say this, but they kind of unofficially said, like, I wouldn't give you a ticket, Dave, but I can't tell you it's okay. I'm like, I get it. Like, sounds like you're social distancing and you're this and that. So, but if an officer comes up to you and says you were speeding, you don't argue with them, even if you were speeding. Even if you weren't speeding, you don't argue with them, because guess what? Now you're getting a ticket. You're going to go fight it. There you go. Have a nice day. So, do you know you were speeding? I absolutely do, officer. I was totally speeding. Right? So it's really confusing. But Mayor Bradley pointed out, and I've talked to some other delegates, they're like, so the information comes down from, like, the province and the federal government to us, and then they have to try and decipher it on a local level. So they have the same struggle, right? I would not want to be that person in that position right now.
But the most confusing thing is, are the people that are ciphering out all this information doing it right?
Well,
now there's a few ways to look at it.
There's two ways. Come on, there's more than two ways.
Okay. Some people say, okay, this is apples and apples, that's oranges and oranges.
Yeah.
Why are you throwing this lemons? You know what I mean? Some people are like, well, why can't we cross the border? There's more people in the state of California than there is all of Canada.
Right.
Okay?
Thank you, Danny.
The most cases in the whole entire world are in New York City.
Yep.
But at the same time, I have lots of friends that work in the United States that are not nurses or doctors, but now they're stuck at home making $2,000 a month Canadian when they're usually making a lot more money in U.S. funds.
Yeah.
So they're going nuts. They're thinking from the money side, and of course, there's guys like Dennis Hanley that just wants to go to Las Vegas and party.
With Steve
But
Foley, who's watching? He won't say he is, but he is. I know he is.
but like some people just don't know the severity of to flatten the curve. Like, sure, like people want their normal life back, but our lives are forever changed. Who even knows if we're going to get back to the life as we used to know it?
I don't see
Partying in the bars, shoulder to shoulder, and
well, I
who
think we'll
knows?
get back to the bars and the restaurants, but I honestly think they're the last ones on the list, or one of the last ones on the list to reopen, or they will allow it to the hint that I got. I'm on media calls like 3 times a week and the emails and all that. And the hint that I got the other day was restaurants and bars, for example. Let's say you have a capacity of 100. You might now be told you only have a capacity of 50 for numbers argument's sake, right?
If you're lucky.
So go sit up at the bar. So imagine going to Picks or Twisted Arm, and you like me, I like to go sit up at the bar. Right, I don't usually sit at a table, so there'll be half the stools at the bar because you and I won't be able to sit beside each other. Danny, you'll have to be 6 feet away from him. How's it going over there, Danny?
Unless we live at the same residence, you could sit by each other.
Right. So now let's walk into our favorite pub, and now they're going to say, "Well, you don't live together," and we'll go, "Yeah, me and Danny moved in together a couple of months ago." We're saving. He lives in my basement. We're saving on. I mean, really, you know what I mean, though? Like, how do you prove that?
I feel really, really bad for small local business.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Like, for example, Picks, Twisted, Brownstones, all these local pub, bars / grill restaurants. They support local, like baseball, hockey, whatever, men's league, beer league, women's leagues. They support, and when you can't support them back,
right?
It's hard. But like, there's guys like I personally know a few guys. They just went to Twisted and spent like $300 or $400 just in gift certificates, because Jen and Ty, they're great peeps, and
sorry, I'm laughing at Steve Tully right now. I told you he was there. I know. I told you he was there, right? Yeah. I hear what you're saying there. I get it. And that's when we should like we just ordered from your place downtown, the old Ollie's, right? And we've ordered from Oswald's, and we've ordered from Boulevard, and we're trying to spread around the local love. And the first thing we do sit down is we go, if we're ordering tonight, which local one haven't we called yet? That's just the way we are, and I'll be honest too. I mean, as a businessman, I go, who spends money with me? So I do the same thing when I'm looking for sponsorship and ads, that kind of stuff on a business point. I go, where do I spend my money? And then I go to them and say, hey, would you mind? That's how it works in my world, right? I'm really fortunate because, if you'd asked me this question a few months ago, but Dave, would you like to grow your business and have 10 employees? I would have been like, yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm really glad I don't have that. I'm a one-man show. My son works for me once in a while. So he's more of a contractor, laborer, or whatever. I don't have any employees. I have to look after me and Jennifer and our home, right? And we do that together. If you look at, I'll use Jen and Tyler at Twisted Arm. Great example. 2 awesome people who have worked in the industry in this town for a long
for
time.
years, yeah.
Worked really hard and built to where they have their own establishment now at Twisted Arm. Did I say Twisted Arm, folks? And and they have a staff that they love dearly, and the staff loves
I've been
them
with
back.
them for a long time.
Yeah. Imagine how they feel. You and I knowing Tyler and Jen the way we do. They want to support their staff. Imagine having that on your shoulders. Oh my God, I need to support my staff financially, mentally, because that's just who they are, in my opinion. One man show here, I don't have that problem. So I'm kind of blessed in an ironic sort of way with that, right? I now go on to 50 employees, 100 employees that you still have that connection with if you're that type of person, right?
Well, look at Jerezzi's Pizza.
Oh, first time I had pizza in months the other day was for
they did make your own. So I grabbed 2 boxes, and me and my kids and said, yeah, you could buy it. You bought a box that came with dough, sauce, cheese, and pepperoni. Anything else you wanted on, you just did it yourself.
That's cool.
Yeah. And the kids and I, we made pizzas here. It was fantastic. Now a lot of people are happy that they don't have to make pizzas. Just come up, say, yeah, bring me a pizza.
Right. I know.
Renzi's, they're open again, and they're doing awesome.
Kelly just asked, they canceled. Oh yeah, this happened today. The premier talked about it too. They canceled the CNE in Toronto. So you think that will happen with Blue Water Border Fest? CNE used to run for. Do I think that will happen with Blue Water Border Fest? Boy, that Kelly, he's always trying to pry me for info.
If you want my personal opinion,
yeah, go ahead.
It might be, if they have it, it'll be like September, October.
So here's what I will tell you. Blue Water Border Fest has announced the performers for their dates. They have not announced. They've announced the Thursday, the country night, and the Saturday. They haven't announced the Friday yet, and they're going to. So they've announced their dates. Nobody else has announced anything. Blue Water Border Fest has announced. So as it is right now, Border Fest is on. Is there a plan B? Absolutely. End of conversation. That's all I'm telling you, Kelly. Chantel, cello. Now I think Tully's poking fun at me now. He said no one could put up with you, really. He could be talking. He could be talking about either one of us.
Probably me. You know that.
I don't know. My friends stab in the front, Tully. Yeah, there you go. That's our little group saying. Well, we've been saying it for you. My friends stab in the front. Everybody else stabs in the back. So I guess I could. I don't know if I should call him a friend or not because he's always picking on me. Right? He's always making fun of me. He's always stabbing in the front. He never calls. He never texts. He never sends flowers or anything like that.
Well, now he has to call because now he's in Canada. Before
he won't call or text me.
He's always on the road.
Only when he wants something, and he never wants anything. So it's always me calling him, going, "Are you okay?" He's gonna. Oh, I'm gonna get a nasty text here in a minute. I just know it. Or
I'm guaranteed.
Who knows? Tully. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. Bumblebee. She's one of my former students from last year, which was earlier this. Where are we? Yeah, earlier this year. Always a plan B. At least it's not the back. Yeah, that's right. Oh, Dumas Walker. Somebody the other day on the radio.
Country song?
Yes.
Let's all go.
So this one time at band camp, you remember, right? It wasn't a trumpet. You remember Dooley's, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that far back, we're going 15-ish years. Oh my God. 20 years maybe? 15 anyway.
I've only been in Sarnia 20.
And I used to very loyally go and watch Tully and Coyne and their team every Wednesday. I didn't miss a Wednesday for a long, long time. And then it took me about 10 years, and then I finally had enough of them all. But anyway, I went to Dooley's one night. They were playing, and they had Name That Tune going on. And I walked in the door, and they're Tully and Coyne. They're like, "Hey, Burrows, come on, you're on our team, right?" Because I was Mr. DJ, whatever. "Hey, come over here." And I'm like, "What?" And the song come on. And do you think I knew it was called Dumas Walker? Do you think I could get the name? So I go up to the mic. They're like, "Okay, what's it?" And I'm like, "It's Dumas Walker." And who sings it? And I'm like, "It's."
Is it Alan Jackson?
No, it was Kentucky Headhunters.
That's right. Yeah,
that, I couldn't get it that night, and I didn't get it. Well, they just yelled at me like I'm a loser. You, the DJ, you couldn't remember that. So that one time, and I'm still hearing about it. It's one of those things that are going to go away. We in our rockers going, "Well, you remember?"
Oh, I have a lot of one times with Tully. He's got a lot of one times on me. That's for sure.
Yeah, we probably can't hear those here. We probably can't hear. This is PG.
He bailed me out. He actually had to write me a letter once, and that's all I'll say about that.
All right, he's bailed me out a few times too. I'll give him that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, great guy.
Well, okay, let's not go that far, buddy. He's a good.
No, I will.
He's a good guy. What can I say? People are going, "Who the hell is Tully? Who is this guy?" Patty's out there. Jacqueline, how you doing? Tino O'Toole, Jay Peckham's joined us. Mr. Yurchuk, Mr. Wilson, how are you? That's great. I'm seeing people that I have not seen in a very long time show up on the streams. I will say that last summer, 2 weekends ago, that summer week we had summer a week and a half ago, folks. If you weren't there, you really missed it. Oh my goodness, Danny, you know Bill Yurchuk? Who don't know?
I know Bill.
Wow,
he's a great guy.
Bill, what I said about him earlier, just don't forget it, okay? So you never know who you're talking to, right? So I went for a motorcycle ride there on summer weekend, and I kind of debated, should I be doing this or whatever? I'm like, I'm not talking to anybody. Anyway, I went for a ride. I've never seen more motorcycles on the road. And when we did the ride down to Big Chief in Port Lambton.
Wally World?
Port Lambton that way. Yeah. Never been there. Anyway, all the way there. I bet you I easily, from here to there, saw easily 300 motorcycles I passed on the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Unbelievable. And then when we got out to Courtright Sombre and all that, the boat ramps, the boats were lined up down the road, like all their trailers and everything. It was crazy. And I probably
water's high.
OPP, and nobody said nothing.
Water's high out there too.
Yeah.
I feel bad for my ex-mother-in-law out in Brander Park. Some of her neighbors, they have water on their lawn.
Yeah. It was I want to say Courtright was pretty crazy, and right just as you came through Sombre and then coming a little more into Port Lambton there was really, because it's kind of really flat there at Port Lambton, right? And Bill says he's only known you about 3 hours, and he doesn't admit it. Jay's in for a ride. So anyway, was it okay to go for a motorcycle ride? I guess. I don't know. There's
sure
on that between motorcycle clubs, and I think it's okay. Yeah.
Jay got his key finally.
He got his what?
A key to start his motorcycle.
Wait, he lost his key?
He only had one, and it went missing. So I believe A&W Locksmith and somebody else, they got together, and they made him 3 keys now. Jay, you got 3 keys. You screw this up, you're never allowed on your bike again.
Wow, that probably cost him more than the motorcycle to get 3 keys.
Well, I don't think they're microchipped. If they are, then they're expensive. If they're not microchipped, you might get 3 keys for under $100.
You know, that tells me I only have one key. I should probably go get another one so I don't end up like a Jay Peckham.
Spare made and just leave it with Jen. You know,
I would never leave my motorcycle key with Jen. I love her too much. I saw a picture the other day on Facebook, of course, and it was it said man's priorities, and they were camping in a tent, and there was the guy in the tent, the motorcycle in the tent, and she was laying out on the dirt falling asleep. I was like, whoa. All right. Not going there. He called the National Guard. Bill says he called the National Guard. Wow. Now, how did you not know Jay Peckham before? You didn't know Jay Peckham before you met me, did you?
No.
So how did you know Bill and not know Jay Peckham? Because they're buddies. My goodness.
I worked with Bill.
Oh, cool. Right on. Well, Bill and I have gotten to know each other quite well. Got a lot of respect for Bill. And they started a bingo night, big plug out there, bingo, every Wednesday night. And somehow I got involved. Anyways, Ron Clark Motors, and along with Bill at Lambton Elderly Outreach, we do a bingo every Wednesday night on YouTube, just strictly on YouTube, not on Facebook. And if you want a bingo card, a free bingo card, you email bingo@lambtonelderlyoutreach.org. They'll email one to you. And then I've set up a really nice call the bingo numbers and everything. They got tons and tons of prizes donated. You can buy a ticket to win an amazing truck, $100 ticket. And that's all tomorrow night. So it's awesome. It has been very awesome. High School for Jay, reciprocal. Yeah. Props back to you, Bill. Right on, buddy. And Bill,
Peckham, I wanted to ask Peckham how much those keys were to get made.
He said $100.
He said laugh out loud $100.
Oh. I don't know. Okay, I'm putting the link out there. Well, the YouTube, there's a link to join on stream is on my YouTube channel. Yes, I'm forcing you to come over to my YouTube channel. So it's Dav. I should put this all up on the screen. I should just where is it? I wasn't prepared.
You're always prepared.
Well, this was a random. I was just like, whatever. So there you go. You come over to my YouTube channel, subscribe, click the little bell so you get notified annoyingly every time I go live or do something. And the real test will be how bad you're in bed. Oh yeah, please don't come on stream. Is it that late? I guess it is.
It's not late. My kid is still up.
If the bar was open, I'd just be going out right now.
Yep.
Right? I don't do that early stuff. Yeah.
But notice how he doesn't say how much those keys cost. They must have cost a fortune then.
Well, I think the LOL meant $100. I could see it.
Maybe $100 each.
No, I think maybe, like $25 a piece or something. But that's an expensive key. But they are, they got the. I don't know what I'm talking about.
He had to get a A&W locksmith to actually go in there and make there's tumblers in where your key go in, and they have to know exactly where the spacing and everything. It's a difficult process to make a key from nothing.
So it's probably $100 for them to come there and do that, and they felt sorry for the guy and said, "And here's a couple of 5-cent keys. Don't lose them." Oh, even better than JPEG. JPEG showed up.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Danny, what's up, buddy?
Not much, you?
Awesome, man. Living the life. I bought an Oculus Quest last Friday, so I've been on that for a few hours.
I'm laughing
off my face and trying to
Grown men have nothing better to do in quarantine right now. Let's go buy a virtual reality.
Oh man, it's awesome.
I was telling my son about it after I talked to you today, and he's like, "How old's this guy?" And I'm like, "Well, he's close to my age." What?
Yeah, 54.
How come you don't have one, Dad? Right.
Hey, good to see you.
I'm good with my PlayStation 4. I've logged in a lot of hours.
Hey, Bill. So while you're here, man, I mentioned the bingo a little bit, but you're probably better at pitching that out there. So why don't you tell everybody about the bingo?
Sure. So we just wanted to kind of combat isolation of COVID. We originally started to think it would be a great idea for the seniors, and I'm sure we have plenty of seniors chiming in. But quite honestly, every age is coming in, and it's free as you described. And get your tickets here. I see the link up there. Thank you. And my buddy JD at Ron Clark Motors, he's got a friend out east that have been doing it, and at their 6th week they hit 1,000 players, and they have all kinds of fun and banter like we do. So we thought we'd try it. And in fact, tomorrow night they're a band, the guys out east, and tomorrow night they're going to be on and they're going to play a song for us during the broadcast. And it's just kind of taken off their idea, and all kinds of local businesses jumped in and getting great prizes. This week, North End Appliance is giving away a bar fridge for a full card winner. Like the prizes are just amazing.
It's unbelievable, right?
And they promised
Local.
what it is yet, but they said their next prize would be even bigger. So we'll have to see. But like North
Awesome.
End and Blackwell Cycle and the gang down at Remax Sarnia Realty, like we have great, and I can't even list them all. I apologize. Mike Johnson, McDonald's. We have great prizes from all kinds of vendors and businesses.
Wow. Yeah, it's just so Bill reached out to me a few weeks ago as a friend and just said, "Hey, a question, and he wasn't really asking for me to do anything, but and then he started telling me about this thing, and I was like, I can't let these guys do this on their own." So then, and I really liked the idea too, and so we went out and did a test run, and then we got things fine tuned, and now every week, and we've just taken it to another level to make it all nice and clean and pro, and people are showing up, and we usually have a couple hundred people live watching, and it's just growing every week. And we've seen moms and dads sitting at the table with their kids, little kids, they get the card and then they draw out the card with the numbers on their own, and they got pennies or rocks or whatever, and it really becomes like a family affair. And let's get rid of that bill and bring back that bill. And it's just been a really good vibe, with I guess we really weren't sure how it was going to go. We kind of told a bunch of people, and now it's grown into people are calling and emailing like Bill and Ron and going, "How do I get a prize to you?"
Yeah.
So it's a real feel good night, man, and it's just a lot of fun, and it's free.
Yeah, we've given away over 1,000 bingo cards, and we're literally getting families of 3, 4, 5, 6. I know Jay played a couple of weeks ago with his entire family, so there would have been 2, 3, 5 of them in the room, I think, unless they had other guests. And like it's just amazing, and it's just fun, good, clean fun.
Yeah, I think that coming out, Bill, you and I sort of talked about this a little bit too, but coming out of all of this, or when we do, whatever that looks like, the new normal, never to be normal again, whatever, this whole connection, even like what we're doing right now, where I just was done some work, I thought, I'm just going to go live and say hi to everybody who shows up, and here we are having a conversation and spending time together, and some of us maybe even spending more time with each other than we would if we didn't have all of this, right?
Yeah,
so it's a good thing, right?
Yeah, this is easy. It's great.
I know I keep saying it, but live streaming, what a great idea.
I'm so glad you thought of that this year, Dave.
Right? Don't break my own shoulder. I wish I'd invented it, right?
I don't know why you didn't think of it sooner.
Yeah. And
data charges, that's why.
What's that?
Data is a lot cheaper now than what it used to be. That's why.
Right.
You'll burn through 30 gigs a month.
Mute, I think.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh.
Maybe Bill can.
You burn through at
Yeah, I
least
can't.
30 gig a month, but imagine going through 30 gig a month 5 years ago, 6 years
Well,
ago, 7 years ago.
I've been going through 30 gig a month for a couple of years now because of just I need it because I have a hub, right? And that
Yeah.
like when I do the Sting stuff, we got that all set up, and I'm using my own data a lot of places. So I get it. Yeah, I have 30 gig a month on my plan. And that's actually decreased a little bit because I'm home more. So I would like to be able to be, when I'm using my 30 gig again, I'll be really happy because that means I'm really busy. But then I'm home busy and using I got like Ferrari Wi-Fi here, right? So, all the top notch stuff, but we'll see how that looks
go
coming out of
through
it.
maybe 2 gig a month.
Oh, wow. Really? I
That's
couldn't
it.
imagine that. Couldn't imagine that.
You
And,
average a gig a day.
yeah, I pretty close. It'd be about 28 gig. Once in a while, I would come really close to the 30, and that's going to sound bad, but letting my wife have 2 gig of that 30 because we share it. I say you'll get 2, and if you go over the 2, she's like, "You're gonna what?" Yeah. So, but yeah, she usually uses about 2 gig, and that leaves me 28 gig. So, yeah, data's a whole different meaning right now, right? And you know what else has a different meaning is I had a virtual meeting this morning with somebody, and I said, yeah, saying how are you doing really has a whole different meaning behind it now. We actually mean it.
Yeah, it's just a comment you used to take for granted. And
Right?
nobody ever gave people the truth.
Yeah.
Like, good, how are you? But yeah, you do mean it now.
Yeah. How's it going, Bill? Yeah, good. See you later. You just kept walking because you're in a hurry.
Yeah, well, mental health is so prevalent when you're isolated.
Totally. And I think when we respond when someone says, how are you doing? I think we're a little more honest about how we're doing than we were before all of this. How you doing? Like having a crappy day. Thanks for asking, though.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
As long as I get out of the house and do something, I don't care if it's cutting the grass or anything. It just, if you feel a little bit better. The vitamin D from the sun is a blessing.
I was actually really scared because my son and my daughter are over at their mother's, right, still. And I was like, who's going to cut the grass? Because he's not here. And I was like, Jennifer. Jennifer cuts the grass because I have a bad lower back.
Call Brett Hennard. He'll drive his rider over there.
He'd drive it right over, eh? He probably would too.
He's got a beer holder and everything on it.
I have a yard that's like this big. He'd be done in 30 seconds with that riding lawnmower.
Organization that could cut it for you.
There you go. There you go. Come all the way into Sarnia with that. Yeah, so bingo, everybody. And I feel like I missed my calling there because I've become a bingo caller. Should have been a game show host. You're the next contestant on bingo.
Truck bingo.
I'll have to get. I should. Oh, I don't know if I have time by tomorrow night. I should get like a voice. Like we need some sound effects for our bingo, and I need one of them is like the sound somebody yelling bingo.
Oh yeah,
because they type the word bingo into the chat, right? So that's not very exciting. I have to work on that. Bingo called. Gail's out there. Hey Gail, hope you're doing well. Aaron, say hello to some people here. Who else? Irene, how are you? Lucy Pagano, how are you? And my friend Cap, all the way from Australia, he's watching right now. Joshua, hello Joshua. Tad 40. See, people I've known since high school are showing up here. And Karen Ball, that's really cool.
How many people are watching right now?
Well, it's hard to tell. There's like 7 on Facebook and a bunch on YouTube. It's kind of like in and out, right? Changes all the time. More because you're here, Danny.
Oh, whatever.
Oh yeah. He's a major
Hey,
draw.
look, say hi, Coco.
Well,
Say
I don't know.
hi.
Hey,
You gonna say
doggy.
hi? Say hi, Coco.
Ruh-roh. Well, I can
She's
say
my
this now because
savior.
Jay Peckham's not watching anymore. He's gone to sleep. But when we do this, when we do the Starting to Sting, when I have Danny join me,
Oh,
ratings go like this.
yeah. He's a major draw, man.
Oh yeah, but I have to be careful because I don't want to hurt Jay's feelings. So I'm like, yeah, okay, you can come on. You can come on this week. Sorry, Danny. I had to tell him I hadn't asked you yet.
I just want to be there when the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds are in town.
I should
I
crash
know.
one of next year's games.
Absolutely. Get rid of these guys.
Yeah.
I actually have one of my students that's he's doing one of his projects that we do in the class. He's going to do it on sports, and I said, "Hey, you should come to the Sting next year and be on one of my shows." And he's like, "Oh, you know hockey?" I'm like, "No, I don't." That's why I need you to come on. I have these other guys that come on. I
you
ask
remember-
them the questions, right? It's true.
Do you remember Joel Hookey?
Why do I know that name? I think because you mentioned him.
He passed away some time ago, but his son Landon, he made it to the OHL and he got drafted by the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds.
Okay, that's why I don't know him. He was a
Yeah.
Greyhound. I only know Sting.
but
That's it.
I worked with Joel. He was in surveillance at the casino. I was on the floor. Then he became OPP.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you did tell me.
And,
I think you talked about him on the stream once at a game.
And his son made it to the O, and now he's drafted by the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds. So his sister Gina, she called me right away, and she wanted to do a video chat. I'm like, okay. So I answered the video chat. What does she have on? A Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds ball
There
cap
you
on.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Danny is originally from Sault Ste. Marie. So when there's a Starting to Sting game against the Sioux, he kind of has dibs on being my co-host that night. So there you go. Hey, Colette, how are you? Julia, how are you, Julia? People just keep showing up. They got nothing better to do.
Right.
Just hang out. You got Christmas going on at your house there, Billy?
Oh, it's just a birch tree. Yeah, I know.
That's
I
cool.
thought we were in May.
Yeah, I got a pretty cool. I changed all the lights. They're
Oh, wow.
yeah, I
Wow,
got
chicka, wow, wow. It's after 11 o'clock. Do you know what your children are watching?
my
hopefully not
child's
us. That'd
right
be
behind
a
me.
mistake.
What's that, Billy?
Oh, I said hopefully not us. That'd be a mistake.
Right. Which we should point out, if you come to the bingo tomorrow night, that's awesome. If you're looking for serious bingo, I'm the only serious one there because I don't go on camera. I keep pressing the pick another ball button every 10 seconds. Otherwise, there'd be about 20 minutes in between every ball. And it'd take a whole week to get a bingo.
We just keep giving away prizes.
That's yeah, right. Eh? Hey, we should do a 24-hour bingo.
No.
I'm in.
Totally.
No.
Danny, you got the 1 to 4 a.m.
Right?
No. You know how hammered most people would be? No.
Well, Stone Pickers, Refined Fool, and a few other local breweries have donated prizes. So, some of that might be involved.
Yeah, they do actually. What is it called? Like a beer critic. Do that.
Beer Critic, that's right. Yes,
Yeah.
our friend Jay, I can't remember his last name.
McKay.
McKay, right? He's the beer critic, and he's quite happy for the sake of everyone else to test the beer for everyone. So that's a good thing.
That Imperial brewery, I really enjoyed their beer. That's good beer.
Never made it there.
It's delicious.
I've heard that.
And
Jay
I don't
Peckham told me
really,
that.
I don't really even drink that much.
Yeah. Me neither. Boy, there was a bit of a delayed reaction. Where's Steve Cully when you need him?
No kidding. No, but I've tried their beer and you know the layout, everything. It's a nice place. I'll definitely be back.
Yeah.
Just not anytime soon.
I was getting ready to go, and then this all happened. Jay Peckham told me, and a few of my other buddies that go, they were like, "Yeah, well, that's a kind of our new place to go in for a while," and so that's good. It's nice to see that kind of local stuff being success behind it, right?
They spent you could see the money they spent there. They spent a ton of money. They did it fantastic, and they did it right. They did it right.
Well, that's cool. I heard that from somebody else too, that they kind of laid it out in a good way and stuff. That's cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, gentlemen, I've been live for almost an hour now, so thanks for keeping me company.
No problem. Anytime.
Believe it or not, I got more work to do before I go to bed.
You don't go to bed before 1 anyway.
Not usually, sometimes later, but you know, I got to get up in the morning and do something. So thanks so much, Billy, for coming on. Danny, you're awesome, buddy, as well. Thanks for joining me.
Anytime,
and everybody else, thanks for stopping by. You never know when we're going to show up again. And I hope everybody's doing well, and stay safe, everybody. And if you need to talk to somebody, just reach out to somebody. There's a whole world around here that's happy to talk to you. Okay. Until next time. Bye for now.
See you guys.
Take care. Have a good night.